And welcome to Video Jug. Jelly Kelly, balloon modeler extraordinaire, is going to show us everything you need to know to make your own balloon models. Step 1, you will need a balloon and a professional pump with a nibbed end. Step 2, balloon types. You can buy special balloons for modelling from any good balloon or party shop. The most common balloons you will need to make most simple balloon models are a 260Q or a 160Q. These balloons are the same length, but the 160Q is slimmer. These can be used for arm straps on fairy wings or small objects like a carrot for your rabbit. Step 3. Blow it up. A professional pump is essential for balloon modelling. It takes a lot more time and effort to inflate a balloon with a normal party pump. Blowing them up yourself takes even longer. Place the lip of the balloon over the pump's nozzle. Push it down and hold it tightly over the nozzle with one hand and pump up the balloon with the other. For most models, you won't need to inflate the whole balloon. The size will depend on the model you are making. There should be a tail at the end. This means that as you twist the balloon into shape, there will be a space for air that gets squeezed along the balloon. Step 4. Tie off. Relax or burp the balloon by letting a little air out, making it easier to tie. Pull the end out and loop it around 2 of your fingers. Pull the end through the loop and release. Now you're ready to start twisting. Step 5. Twist. When twisting, work from the knot end to the tail so that the air is pushed to the end. Always twist the balloon in the same direction. This will ensure that all your twists stay in place. If you twist in a different direction, they will come undone. If you are twisting a chain of bubbles, hold the first and last bubble to make sure they stay securely twisted. If you let go of one end, they will all come undone. Step 6. Locking off. To lock off 2 bubbles, make the first bubble, then bring the rest of the balloon around to meet it. Twist this part of the balloon together with the first bubble to create another bubble of equal size, and to hold the 2 in place. This technique is used to make animal ears or legs. Step 7. Tulip twist. The tulip twist or apple twist is used in a number of models. Use your finger to push the knot up inside the balloon. With the other end, grab hold of the knot inside the balloon and gently pull your finger out. Twist the balloon above the knot to create an apple shape. Finally, push the knot inside the apple to hold it in place. Step 8. Pinch twist. Use a pinch twist when you need to change the direction of the model. Make a bubble, then bring the end of the balloon around to meet the rest. Pull the bubble away from the 2 ends and pinch together the parts where the balloon is twisted. Twist these ends together to change the direction of the balloon and hold the bubble in place. Done. Why not try out your new skills and amaze your friends by making some of Jelly Kelly's models?
For the teddy bear, we're going to leave about 2.5 inches of a tail. And we're going to start with the head. We're going to make 6 bubbles. First one is 2 inch. This will be for the nose. This will be for the cheek. Second one about 1 inch of a bubbles. And then this will be for the ear, about slightly less than 1 inch. And this will be for the forehead, 4 bubbles. It's about 1 inch. And the 5th bubbles will be the same as the ear here, 2 ear for the bear. And the last bubbles is about 1 inch. So we're going to lock the 6th bubble and the 2nd bubbles together. Lock twist it. And we're going to pull underneath the tip of the balloon this way, slowly up. And what you have here is a soft spot in the center. This itself will hold the nose of a teddy bear. It won't come out. So we're going to ear twist these two bubbles together, squeeze it and pull it up a little bit and give an ear twist, 1 round, 2 rounds, and you have an ear. One side, squeeze and pull it up, twist it around, 2, and we have the front portion of a teddy bear. Now we're gonna do the neck, 1 inch of a neck, and for the hand, 3.5 inch bubbles, long bubbles. Lock it together, and we're gonna push this right to the center between the neck. 1 and 2. There we go. And that's what we have. We have the hand folding up. It's the tummy, and slightly bigger the back leg. The remaining one will be the tail. Lock twist it together. The same thing. I'm gonna push it right to the center in between the tail. And twist a couple of rounds, and there you have a teddy bear.
To do a few more basic balloons now. One thing you're going to want to get for the next thing, the bumblebee and hummingbird, is a marker. This is a click type. Any permanent marker will work. Some people say dry erase is fine. Try which one you like better and use that. But find yourself just a basic black marker, and we'll talk about bumblebees and hummingbirds. Now this is going to have one section in it that's going to make you a little nervous. Just practice, you'll be fine. So to make a bumblebee, actually we'll use the yellow for this because it'll be a little better. To make a bumblebee, we're going to make a small bubble like this. Then we're going to come all the way to the end of the balloon, and about 3 inches in from the end, we're going to make another bubble like that. Then we're going to make one giant loop twist like this. So this is what you have. Then this is the part that's going to make you nervous, but don't get nervous. We're going to fold this down like this. Then you're going to squeeze this in half and bring this around and make 2 loop twists out of it. Now that will pop the first couple times you do it. If it doesn't, you got lucky. But don't feel bad if it pops. Don't worry about it. Now to make this into a bumblebee, I'm just going to draw some stripes back here. You can make them neater, obviously. We're going to give them a little face because this is kind of important for being able to tell what it is. And this is your basic bumblebee balloon with the wings and everything else. Now the hummingbird is the same thing, but backwards. So in the case of the hummingbird, we want to make the longer bubble here toward the end, toward the knot end of the balloon. And then we want to come down to this end and make the smaller bubble here. And then we want to twist these together. So now the short piece is where the uninflated end is. And that's going to be the bumblebee's nose. Then we're going to do the same thing. Squeeze this down. Twist this in half. And then we're just going to push that up over there like that. Just twist everything into place, and then you put a little face on there, a little smile, and that's going to be your hummingbird balloon. More on balloons. Now it's time for the basic cat. So what you want to do, the way I like to make it, is you take a balloon, and this is blown up about halfway. So it doesn't look like halfway because there's air in it, but this is about half the length of the balloon right here. And you can do that just by kind of holding the balloon in the middle when you blow it up. Now you want to make a series of small, these are about 1.5 inch bubbles like this. The good news is this is going to be pretty similar to the rabbit, just with short ears. Now later on when we do pinch twists, I'm going to show you how to make these into rounder ears. But for now, this is good. Now we're going to make about a 2-inch bubble for the neck. We're going to make some basic lock twisted legs, just like this. And then just like we did for the first rabbit, we're going to make a short body and then 2 long bubbles like this for the back legs and tuck it in just like that. And that's going to make a basic cat. You can draw some whiskers on there, some eyes, and that'll make a cat. There you go. Combine both the loop or fold twist and the lock twist. Let me show you. So we're going to start off, you want to take the balloon and make about maybe a hand and 2 fingers, so about a bubble like that. That's going to be the elephant's trunk. Now we're going to make 1 fold twist, just like that. Okay. We're going to make another fold twist, and we're going to twist them so they're together, just like that. That makes the elephant's ears. Okay, and you can size adjust those if you want. Now we're going to do a lock twist with 2 balloons for the front legs, a lock twist with 2 balloons for the back legs. And to make this a little more like an elephant, you can actually take this, give it some curve. We're going to talk a little more later about shaping balloons, but if you just kind of bend that gently, that'll keep some of its curve, and that'll give you a basic elephant, just like that. .com, and now we're going to make a giraffe. Who doesn't like a giraffe? Well, nobody. So here's the giraffe. It's going to be very similar to the basic dog, just with different dimensions. So for the giraffe, I like to take about a 1.5 inch bubble like this, maybe 2 inch bubble, 2 fingers for me. We want to make a couple more the same size, just like this. So this is a little smaller than we did for the basic dog, but it's the same assembly. Then we want to measure down. I'm going to take about 3 hands here for the neck, and I'm going to make a bubble here. So this is what we have. We make another short pair of bubbles here, like this. Twist those together. Then we're going to make about 3 fingers for the body. And then 2 more bubbles about 2 fingers long. Twist those together. Nice thing about this is it doesn't really matter how long the tail comes out as long as you don't run out of room. Later on as you're practicing, you'll learn how to adjust this. But that is your basic giraffe. Now we're going to make a basic hat. This is sometimes called the basic helmet. Some people call it the classic base because later on we're going to do more on hats and we're going to build on this design. I'm going to actually show you 2. What you want is a balloon blown almost all the way up to the end. Okay. Now you're going to make 1 bubble right here. And then you're going to, I'm assuming you're using a kid, you're going to measure this around the kid's head. Then this is going to be where the head is, right here. Then you're going to twist here and twist those together so you have this basic idea, like this. We're going to make another bubble right here. And then we're going to bring it down the middle and just twist it onto this spot right here. That makes the basic hat, just like that. Very stylish. You can wear it yourself. Now, there's another hat that I like to do if you're working with just 1 balloon, and this is pretty cool because kids like to wear this. I'll show you why. You're going to do the same basic start, and this would obviously be for a person with an extremely small head, but you get the idea. Going to twist here, make these into a loop. Now we're going to put a ball on the end of the balloon. Now the way I do that is I grab this in my hand, I put my other hand here, and I squeeze, and that'll just make a ball right there. Now, the cool thing about this is that if you give it a little bend, they can wear it pointing up like this, or they can wear it like this. They have like a little headset thing going on. So that's kind of fun too. That's 2 styles of basic hat. Hey, Malik the Magic Guy with expertvillage.com. More on balloon twisting. Now we're going to talk about the lock twist. Now the lock twist is probably the most important technique. This is going to combine with other stuff. This is actually how you hold some bubbles together. So you're going to start with your balloon. You're going to make one bubble like this. You're going to make one bubble like this, and you can actually stick your pinky right in that joint there to hold it together. Then you're going to fold the balloon down like this. So this is what you have. You're going to measure this off here and twist another bubble right there so that you have this set up here. And then you're going to take these two bubbles and twist them around a few times. And that'll give you this setup right here. So anytime that you want to take two bubbles and put them together, you can just twist them together like that. Now, you can make a lock twist without measuring this just by twisting it across. But if you want to make sure these are the same, you're going to want to measure it. So later on, we'll talk about lock twists with multiple bubbles. We'll talk about combining this with other twists. Now that you've learned how to basically twist the balloon, we're going to learn some of the twists that will hold it together. So the first one is called a loop twist or a fold twist. There's two ways to do it, and I'm going to show you both of them. Now you're going to take a balloon with some room at the end, because right now we're just going to learn how to do a basic twist. You're going to hold it in whatever hand you need to. If you've watched the basic twisting, then you'll know that. You're going to start by twisting here. Okay, this is one way to do it. Then you're going to twist a little further down and hold those together like that. Then you can fold this in half, and you twist the two ends of it together like this. That makes a loop in the balloon, like that. Okay. Now this can be a pair of ears on a dog. We can put two of these together. We'll talk about that later, and make two loopy ears. You can also make a fold twist or a loop twist just by folding the balloon and then squeezing and twisting like this. So you should practice whichever one of those makes it more comfortable for you. And you can go along and actually make these at different spots in the balloon. Like if you fold a little further down like this, you make another loop twist. You can fold here and make another loop twist, and that actually makes a very basic dog just out of loop twists. So we'll be talking more about different ways to twist the balloon. More on balloons. Now we're going to make a mouse, and this is a great one for little kids. This is going to be a little different than what we've done before. You actually want to blow up the balloon so it's only got about 5 or 6 inches of air in it. We're going to tie it off like we did in the basic section. If you haven't watched that, then you should go watch that. And we're going to make really small bubbles. Now this is going to take some practice because it's going to be a little smaller than what you're used to. But you want to make about a 3/4 inch, just like that. And two more the same size, just like this. It's everything we've already done, just with much smaller bubbles. Okay? Really small neck. This is the basic dog design, just with the bubbles made really small. Okay, so we have our ears and our front legs, and a little body just like this, and a couple of little back legs just like that. And that is how you make a .com, all about basic balloon twisting. And now we're going to do the basic rabbit. Now the good news is, if you've done the basic dog and the giraffe, this is pretty much the same thing with different dimensions again. Now there's a couple things you can do with it at the end that I'm going to show you. So we want to take our balloon, we want to make a small bubble. This is 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. Then we're going to take like 1.5 hands like this and make a long bubble like that and a long bubble like that. So we have something like this. Actually, we'll adjust that. So we have something like this. We want to twist this together. That's going to make the head and the ears for the rabbit. Make about 2 fingers for the neck and about 3 fingers for the front legs. So we have this right here. Now we just want to make a short body, like a 2-finger body, and then we want to make about a hand's width for the legs. And you can just take a little bit at the end. You can squeeze that if you need to get the air there. And we'll twist that together. Now this can be a basic rabbit. What I like to do is take the front legs and tuck them into the back legs like that. Then the rabbit stands up this way. Now I'm going to show you one other way to do that, because you can make the rabbit a different way. You can make the rabbit head, just like we did before. Then we're going to make the front legs just like we did before. But this time, we can make a little bit longer body and make the two back legs the same length. Then what we can do is take the body, tuck it down into the legs, and roll those around like that. And then the rabbit's sitting down in a different position. So that's two ways to make a basic rabbit. I'm teaching you about basic balloons. Now we're going to make a couple of kinds of sword. Now the first one is going to be a sword made out of loop twists. And this will be a lot, it'll start off like the elephant. So if you've watched the elephant, then this is going to be very similar. We're going to make a long bubble, about 6 inches or so, a couple of hands if you're using that measurement system. We're going to make a loop twist here, just like we did for the elephant. We're going to make another loop twist or fold twist here. Now, you can leave it like this and make it a 2-loop twist sword, or you can add one more and make 3, and that's going to make a basic sword. Now, you can adjust the size of the handle and the loops, and as you practice, you'll see how this will change the length of the sword, but for a small kid, you can give them this, and that's one way to make a sword. Now, the other fun way to do it is a pirate sword, and who doesn't like a pirate sword? Well, pirate swords are really easy. You're going to take a balloon blown almost all the way up to the end. The other balloon was blown up almost all the way to the end as well, but this you'll learn with some practice. You want to make a 1-inch bubble or so, just enough to kind of hold it in place. And then you're going to make a fairly big loop or fold twist. This is maybe 4 inches from here to here. And you're going to twist that around like that and sort of just shape it a little bit. Then you're going to take the rest of the balloon and tuck it through like this. Push that like that. Then you can give it a little bit of shape. And that'll give you like a cutlass-style pirate sword. Everybody say R. You can have fun with that, dueling with your friends. There you go.